Ladies and gentlemen, it is semi-final knockout action. Game 1, Royalians versus Northerns 2025 season. Northerns in the blue and white, Royalians in their gold and dark blue. It is a tight one. We will get to the team sheets right away. Northerns starting up front, Alex Adams, Ephraim Patron at hooker, and Jarrell McFarlane. Liam Cabrales and Marcus Ferguson are in the second row, and a back row of Nkosi Bruce, Joseph Grossberg and Jonathan Stewart. The kickoff is to Royalians. They collect it and take it right up. They've got a big advantage and they've brought all their guns here today. They're looking to feed it out. Here we go. That looks like Kishan Walker to start up. The Tobago-born player, he's brought back in for the action. And they look to feed it again. Atiba Rodney in the fly-half channel, and there's Trezine McLean taking it up. They're making yards right away. And Northern's under some pressure. Here comes Doba now. He steps into Grossberg. That's going to be one you're going to want to watch all day. Corey Edwards clears. Royalians slow it down, and they're going to take the penalty. No, they're going to play on, and it's hacked over. They're watching it go. Justin Salary comes back, and yes, they go for that penalty advantage. Back to the team sheet for Northerns. Number 9 is Hayden Henry. Fly half Christopher Hudson. Partnership in the centres of Jean-Luc Moutet and Edmund George. Wingers Jeremiah Simon and Jeremy Bonas, with fullback. A late change is Justin Salary. Looks like Royalians is going to take the line out option. There's Corey Edwards, who has been phenomenal again. It might be kept in by Jeremy Bonas. It is. And he steps one and beats him. And there goes Bonas. Looking to make yards. Stays on his feet just long enough. And here comes that clear for Royalians. Oh, Northerns win it there. Well played there by Jeremy Bonas. And they look at the play quickly. Here's Joseph Grossberg. Sucks in about 5. And this is a big, big chance for Northerns to start strongly. Henry, 1 out. There's Alex Adams, who's had a fantastic year for the men in blue and white. He's tackled, but he stays on his feet, driving forward inside the 22. Options both ways, and it is another penalty, 2 straight for Royalians, and luckily the referee slows it right down for them. Now Royalians today have a monster pack. We'll just wait to see how they're going to approach it. Yes, they're going to take the point, so let's get right to the Royalians. Starting 15. Thank you very much. Up front, we have national players, Trezine McLean, Travis Carmichael and Daniel Ryan. Second row, Andreas York and Kareem Figaro, with a back row of Akil Dober-Welch, Michael Scipio, and at 8, Captain Wazim Oliver. Number 9 is Jamel Doyle, known as Mouse. At 10, as I said before, Atiba Rodney. Centre partnership, Corey Edwards, who's causing all sorts of problems, Hakeem Espinoza, and wingers Keshawn Walker, who is a Sevens and national superstar, Andrew Angry Bird Quash, and at fullback, Aaron Sylvester. Northerns with a chance to get an early lead, and they take it. That's 3-0 to the men in blue and white. Northerns finished 2nd overall in the league, and they are here to win it today. Lots of young players getting the nod. Speaking to Jerome Puntep, he says he's going with the young players who put in out commitment and are there week in, week out. He's not going to rely on the names. He's going for that future prospects, and it's starting to show right away. In your screen right now might be number 13. That's Edmund George, national captain of the under-19 squad, who recently went on tour. As I said, that's 3-0 Northern. Kickoff by Royalians. It looks like actually Aaron Sylvester, fullback, looking to kick off. That's a little bit of a surprise. Corey Edwards been doing really well in that role. And here we go. Northerns with a great start. Kicked over, collected there by Stewart. There's a knocked on, and he's taking it into big McLean, right in the centre of the pack. They've got to get this Royalians monster pack moving around. You saw it with the quick taps are ready to start. The intentions are there, and another hands in the rock. That's the 3rd. Grossberg has to start stressing early to say, look at the amount of penalties they've given up already. Here's Christopher Pudi Hudson speaking to his wife about it. Smart man. Chris Pudi Hudson kicking into the breeze. There's a breeze going from east to west. So Northerns will be happy about that in the second half. Is he going to find touch? Is it kept in? No! Beautiful kick by Chris Hudson. And Royalians again being pressured in their own half. Big start there by Northerns. As I say, a massive weight advantage for Royalians. And it's going to come down to these line outs here. Yeah, Ephraim Patron from Police coming to Northerns. He has been fantastic all year. And let's see, can they start strongly? They do, and it's just not straight. So let off early for Royalians, and now we're going to see it. The monster tight five they've got here. They're going to squeeze out penalties all day if they can. Alex Adams wearing number 3 for Northerns. He's got a hole. He's got another national player with Jarrell McFarlane up front. But can Cabrales and Ferguson supplied enough support in that second row to force them to use their backs. Keep your eye for Royalians. Wearing 13, but he's playing inside centre. Corey Edwards. Him against Jean-Luc Moutet. What a matchup. We've been talking about it all week. So here's that first scrum. Mel Doyle lets it settle. And actually a little counter push by Northerns. They're holding it. That's all you could possibly ask for, and it goes. Atiba Rodney. Wide to Corey Edwards. He wants to go. Espinoza. One more out. And it's down. This is a chance for Simon if he can get a foot on it. Just can't, but he dives on it. And he clear comes. Well done by Northern's defense. Goes through the hands. It is wet. It is windy. It is going to be challenging conditions all day. It's a team that could just be settle it down and take those easy options. You cannot use it out too wide. And a big slam by Fatis, as he's known, on Ephraim. So they now a pick and go there. Alex Adams does smartly, gets his hands loose. Here's Chris Pody Hudson. Is he going to use his boot? And he's under pressure. He just trickles it to Royalians, who have it. And they're arguing for an offside, but nothing given. Royalians win possession on the halfway line. And they have a big overlap to the right, but again it's sloppy. Dober smartly just settles it down. They want to roll over. Corey Edwards sees something he likes. He's up against Liam Cabrales and kicks it over. Justin Salary traps it. Maybe he should have been playing football last night, and drops on it. Here comes that pressure. And the ruck is there. Here's Pody Hudson. It goes to Bruce. Bruce, another police player who's almost through, goes forward, and they've got men to the left. Liam Cabrales is screaming for it, but they go to the right. It's another pick, this time by Jonathan Stewart, another national prospect. Pick up again. Smart yards there by Northerns as they're starting to settle it. You see Bonus looking to come to the left. They know what's on. Here's Hudson. Throws it all the way down to Liam Cabrales, who've met. And here comes that clear. Northerns able to set up those little rocks. Counter ruck comes in, and it's one. Corey Edwards. They want to settle it now. Again, they've got that big, heavy pack. They don't want to get a big tempo. Simon marks the line, and they'll take the easy line out. Meters out. They cannot play in front of this pack. Anything to just burn them out. Keep the score close. Northern's leading 3-0. There's Carmichael, better known as Fatis. They've been using York all year, but Scipio actually at 2. Actually looks like a late change has come where Walker has moved into the pack, and it's overthrown and collected there by Walker. He plays all his positions. Dober looking to use it. Out to Atiba. Another pass that goes to nobody. They're losing huge yards. Can he get on it? Somebody dives on it. That's so well done. It looks like Jean-Luc Moutet. And that is his second wayward pass by Royalians. Atiba Rodney's got to settle it down. He's way too talented to be playing like he is. Now, you might not notice it at home, but there's a breeze pushing right across this field. And it is making it very challenging for Northerns to try to utilize that boot. So they're trying to keep the ball in hand. But it is not easy. All the dark spots on the surface are razor sharp Timari. So looking at Jean-Luc diving on that ball, he's going to pay the price tonight. But this is scrum number 2. Northerns were able to hold them. And let's see if Henry could get a clean feed. You're going to think Channel 1 ball against this national pack. And it is won by Northerns. It's at the back. Light change there. Grossberg out to Henry. And he uses Bonus, who cuts back inside. And it's turned over by Royalians. That's the one thing, light backs for Northerns on both sides with Simon and Bonus. Turnover for Royalians. And Jamel Doyle slows it right down. As I said, he wants to reduce that tempo. Edwards, is he going to slam it upfield? Is he going to go? He takes it up. Looks like it's outside the 22 now. Atiba Rodney, he's going to push it over. It might be straight out if he was passed back into the 22. And it was. They deemed he was outside the 22, pass back inside. So he's going to go all the way back for a scrum right in front of the post. This has got to be a great option here for Northerns. They've got talent galore on both sides, but they are small. And with the conditions, it's difficult to get your hands set on that ball. They take that extra half second just to bring it under control. They're actually taking the line out option. Very interesting by Northerns, especially as we lost that first one with this heavy breeze. So let's see if it pays off. You thought that they would just take that easy scrum. They would have had options both ways right in front of the post. Spread out those Royalians back. Espinoza against George would have been a matchup I would like to see. No, they are taking the scrum all the way on the side. My apologies. Interesting option. So it looks like actually they were playing advantage for Royalians. They went back for it. That's a long advantage, but scrum actually going forward for Northerns. You didn't expect to see that, but we were talking about how great Alex Adams has been all year, and it looks like it's turnover. And it is a Northerns ball. What a scrum by the men in blue and white. Joined, of course, by Blossom Stewart taping. Big Royalian supporter. She is not looking thrilled so far. She's biting her lip. So it's Northerns versus Royalians. First round, semi-final knockout, game one. The next game coming up immediately following this is Harvard versus Caribs. Everyone's looking forward to that. Northern's really holding on so far. We were a little bit worried with the amount of youth. And if a few scores come, they might have dropped their heads. So far, Jerome Poontip, their coach, showing his worth out wide. Here's Chris Pooty Hudson. Throws a switch into big Jean-Luc, who is met strongly. Counter comes again, but Northern's just do enough. Henry out to Hudson. Wide ball. Here's Simon. Simon's got toes, but he knocks it on again. Another mistake. And big contact. He felt that one. It's knockout action here. And they're playing in the senior division. He looks wrecked. It's doubly met on both sides. And an early sub might be coming in. Walton actually looking to warm up. So players this year for Northerns from both Police and Seapost has a representative there with Edmund George. And now you're seeing some for now players. One of the prospects I've been talking about for a while is Wilson. He starts on the bench today. He's wearing number 26 in the red trunks. He is an athlete.
What's happening very well with Royalians is doing. Every time Northern's cut back in, they always have somebody to support to make that cover tackle.
1,000,000%.
They are doing it very well.
And the nice thing as well, because the grass is just a little bit loose because it's been raining all day, it's really difficult to get that wicked step back in. So even when you get that half step, Royalians are just simply drifting onto them and closing everything down. Of course, as we said, Northern's playing against the breeze, so it's a little bit more challenging with those little dinks over. But you do just want to turn around that big tight five for Royalians. But they don't want to give away possession. They have some danger men there in that Royalians back line. As I said, Corey Edwards has been electric. So yes, Northerns have made an early change. It looks like Abram Eversley, wearing number 22, has taken his place. Another under 19 national player back from Paraguay, I believe. Nice to see these young men getting a chance to move up. Paraguay? Yes, Paraguay. So Eversley, can he perform here at senior level? And scrum number 3. Jamel Doyle feeds. They're playing with the breeze and Atiba Rodney. Here comes that walk now. Northerns starting to separate. But Jamel Doyle thankfully plays it out. Rodney throws one, takes it right up. They're going to roll an easy phase off this. And here comes Doba. They miss him. They go to Corey. And they push it over. It was touched. So here's Salary now. Salary out to Bonus. Bonus hacks it upfield, but it goes right in. A few coming across. There's Aaron Sylvester, who bobbles it all the way back. And he's tackled, but he does just enough to hold on to it. Royalians coming. Nobody back at full back. Is it going to be recognized? It is completely empty. Eversley sees it. Finally, Henry recognizes and drops back. So quick pick and go right at there. They know Northern sometimes give away a few penalties. Here it is. Box kick high. It's going to test him. Salary does brilliantly, given the conditions that they have a man to the left. Henry. Here he goes. The new man. And he opens up. Can he get around him? Oh, brilliant tackle. I believe that was Caleb Durham Diaz. I don't know when he came on. Some early changes to both sides. So a big tackle there, try saver. by Caleb Durham Diaz. Some changes late in the game, or early in the game I should say, maybe right before kickoff there, moving the Tobago-born star into the pack. And here we go again. Corey Edwards moving laterally, wide ball to Angry Bird, and is that forward? Oh yes it is. Northern's given another lifeline, but they have to use some of these chances. A scrum right in front of the post. I would love to see a one-on-one set up here for Edmund George. You see him in those red long leggings. Scored a few tries on tour with the under-19s. Given a chance to start in this knockout by Coach Jerome Puntip. Big call. And let's see. So a completely empty right. They're actually going to push Justin Salary from fullback. He's almost taking a fly-off roll to the right. Jeremy Bonas as well. But anything goes wrong could be a big problem. Are they going to bring Salary to join on the left? Are they going to play? No, they look to settle, and they actually got a walk going here against this national tight five. Northern's youth. Here comes Grossberg! Knocked on! Just over the line. As I say, challenging conditions. But Grossberg is going to be seething about that one.
Ready to flip?
There you go back.
Yeah, just press it.
I now realize. I didn't even notice anything, sorry. Thanks. So scrum returns for Royalians. In front of their post again. Salary given a breeze. His light is back in his own half. Can Northern's hold? Can they get a little push on? It's starting to rotate a little bit to the right. And it's a pick and go by big Wazim Oliver, who's brought down, still inside his 22. Gives Royalians some nice options. And they settle it down. They're slowing it down right all the way again. Northerns can't give away a penalty. They've given away a few from the side of those rocks. Grossberg comes in. It's deemed to be clean. And is that counter up there? Yes. Grossberg, what a play by the captain for the blue and white. They've got Ephraim to the right. I wish they would just use him. Another pick. And they stand to roll. Ephraim actually going outside Spooty Hudson, but it's turned over. And this is where it gets dangerous. Justin Salary taking a while to adjust. He comes back now. Here goes Fatis. He steps back in. Northern so far able to hold this relentless pressure, but just making some mistakes. Here's Corey Edwards. Slams it, but it goes all the way back. And is it a penalty? It is. They give away that easy penalty, so they had them on the ropes. And then for no reason, overcommitted and gave away offside. Well, that is what you have with the youth. And it's kicked, and that's all the way up to the halfway line. And well trapped by Christian. The Northerns still up 3-0, but they've given away a few chances right in the 22 of Royalians. And you just think Royalians can capitalise on one of these chances. They're on the halfway line now. Strong breeze. You see Jerome Puntip's flag flying. Anything going deeper than two is problems. And it is again not straight. You have very limited options in these conditions. And so far everybody's just trying to go for that 4-6 ball, which I mean gives the hooker absolutely no room for mistake. And Northerns win it back and will have this scrum. What are they going to do now? Chris Pooty Hudson speaking to them. You don't want to go too wide. You have Jaluk, who is a monster there, number 17. Set up that first phase off him. So far Bruce and Jonathan Stewart have done well. Here's Henry. That's a great prospect for the under-19s. Sets it up. And here he goes out to Pooty Hudson. Big switch, one off. And here's Edmund George who takes it up. Chris Pooty Hudson clears. And they're going to go wider again. Surprising. Here comes Bonas, who makes a mistake and knocks it on. And you hear the talk from the sideline. They're screaming. Northerns maybe a little over-ambitious given the conditions. They're trying to work that Royalians pack around the field and are unwilling to use the boot so far. The back three is holding back so deep, basically forcing Northerns to use it. But they remain 3-0 up and on to another scrum. You see, of course, as they move Kishon into the pack, Caleb Durham Diaz moves to the wing, so they've got pace to burn out wide. Caleb with a great cover tackle. And scrum has been so even so far, which is a testament to these boys from Northerns. You just feel as the game goes on, Carmichael and Trezine McLean will start to work it up. Here we go, a roll around. Here comes Rodney, who throws one, goes Corey. It's going a little lateral. Corey loops now. He throws a dummy. Can he get there? He beats it first. One more. Here comes Caleb. Durham. Diaz, who's just held on. And he cuts back inside. He's still on his feet. Northern's need to work back. He's going to be held up. Don't let that ball out. Grossberg knows the laws. It's going to be called a maul. They do not need to release. Just lie on the ball. Grossberg knows it, and that is a genius play by Joseph Grossberg and the men in blue and white. So Jean-Luc thought he was out of bounds. There's two lines. There's a football field that was designed before. We're actually standing immediately on. So blood sub coming on. Here comes Simon coming back on for Eversley, who's done well, just held out from the try line himself. And Simon is back on. He was lethal for under 19s. Can he do it here today for the men in blue and white? Ephraim surely knocking on the door for national contention. Once more. He was chosen in the squad against Barbados 2 years ago, then a bad knee injury held him out. But he is back and he is firing. Poontip's got to be thrilled about what's happening so far. With these young boys standing up. Look at some of the names there. Wazim Oliver, Fatis. And of course, how could I forget Dexter Snaggs, assistant coach? My apologies. So here's Henry again to feed. Henry against Jamel. This is another option. Well fed. That's in the back. Remember, strong breeze, but he's going to pull it back and slam it upfield, and he does just enough to push him out, give them a little bit of breathing room. They're outside their own 22, and they slowly move it back. Interesting thing about these line outs is because the breeze is so strong, a lot of time it's being turned over and it becomes the other team's ball. So it's almost like winning a penalty. Let's see, can Carmichael, they do smart. Oh no, they threw it again on another mistake. As we just said, so Northern's capitalized. And again they could use Henry, so patient at his base. I absolutely love that about him, man, so mature. Henry slows it down again. Smartly uses. What a nice pass and a big inside ball, and it seems to be just forward. Wonderful option, it just wasn't on. So after that mistake there by Northern's, Royalians ball, he scored 3-0 for Northern's. Jamel Doyle to feed. And puts it right back the 8-man's feet. Jamel allows it to work. They're looking to go so far. It could be a walk, soon to be. Yes, it is a penalty. So it's a free play here. And Atiba Rodney, another mistake, drops it. They're going lateral again, and they're probably just going to come back for the penalty as nothing seems to be forming here. But I stand corrected. He somehow gets it go. Oh, and it is knocked on. So we're going to go back for the penalty. Are they going to take the 3, or are they going to try to bite off more? Remember, they're playing with the win in this half, so they need to get some points on the board.
Blue, blue, blue! Blue! White! White, sorry, white! What's for the pause of the penalty?
They are going to take this penalty kick here, Corey Edwards.
Liam, go back and look for the post!
With this breeze, this is far from a gimme.
There, from the front.
And he does not use a kick in tee.
Look at the post, right in front of
So
it.
this has to be scooped out of the ground.
If it bounces off, it's still clear.
They've got to stay alive here. This is not an easy shot. Corey makes it look easy, and he scores now 3-all. We're about halfway through the first half. So Northern's to kick off again, 3-all. About halfway through the first half. This is actually exactly where Northern's would want to be playing into the win. Is it going to go 10? Oh, somehow goes to Simon. And once again, we just talk about silly errors. You know how hard the breeze is to go for that kickoff right on the 10. It's just not worth the risk. You just want to keep it in play. And now it is again an opportunity for Royalians. Centre of the park, they just had a scrum where they were able to milk out a penalty. Can they do it a second time? We said as the game goes on, not only do Royalians have a killer start in tight 5. They've got a pack coming off the bench as well. Felician, Guerra and Oliver, who are going to cause all sorts of havoc. So Justin Salary actually right behind the scrum. He's going to roll with it. Young Simon's got a lot to do as well. Corey Edwards looking to go to his left. The amount of half breaks this man has made this year. And they're looking to break a little bit early. Could have given a penalty away. Bruce coming off and here he goes. He's going to go to the switch. He's going to go himself. Simon with a big tackle. And Pooty knew the rules as well. The Northern's given a lot of talk. And I think the referee is saying, I do not need your assistance. Now, they cannot bite off too many. We talked about it a million times already with this breeze. And he keeps it in. Forgive the tone of my voice. But he knocks on. Brilliant tactical work there by Chris Hudson. Keeping it in play. Wait a minute, what is going on here? It's a penalty. He played it, so he knocked on. And a Royalians player picked up. And there's Ephraim. Ephraim right there. Henry. One out pass. Here's Alex. Smartly slows it right back in. Takes it. The roll is coming though. Hudson very wide. Can Henry find him? He does. Pressure coming from Walker. Out to Jean-Luc. Jean-Luc breaks one. Over to Salary. Out. All the way to Bonus now. Bonus against Agri. Beats one. Beats a second. Jeremy Bonus. Tackled in the 22. And another play. Almost there. 5 meter line. What is it? It's a try. Unbelievable. Northern's all the way to the right. Somehow bring it back. We can't get a name on it just yet. Who is that who scored? Well, we'll have to look at the footage on the Flubcast later to confirm. But that is a wonderful try. Is it actually the centre, Jean-Luc? I'll confirm shortly as they get ready for this kick. Marky, who is that boy? So the scorer there was the centre, Jean-Luc Moutet, wearing number 17 on the knee brace. Very, very good. Jonathan Lewis, of course, starting at inside centre for the entire season. Jean-Luc, though, he's been putting in some performances, and that's what he brings. He brings that energy. And what a start here by Northern. If they convert this, well, they're kicking into the breeze from a mile out. It's a big ask. But in the microscopic chance, they're able to convert. Chris Hudson. Well, Chris. Oh, that's unlucky. So the score is 8-3 Northern after a wonderful try by Jean-Luc Moutet. So we're back 8-3. Royalians looking around a bit confused. They looked at the team sheet and they thought this was in the bag. Trapped again. Grossberg met. Takes in 5 and here comes that rock. It looks safe. And Jeremy Bonus takes over. Oh, Alex Adams. Did it go back? It is deemed to have been. And Ephraim Patron. He's been everywhere again. Going to the right. Pressure on. Grossberg knew not to throw anything 50-50, but he might be over the ball here. It is. That is Royalians' ball. And it is Travis Carmichael tapped and goal, but not taken from the mark. Northern's lucky to get away with that. Are they going to go for the line out as well? Yes, it's going to be another challenging throw. I'm not saying give up on the line out, but it's getting closer. If you can't hit a 2 ball, about 6 line out so far, none successful.
Heavy wind too.
Heavy breeze. Coach is just making sure we're aware that it is the breeze.
Salary, get the line.
The Northerns can hold them out here.
Salary, yeah, get back to the line. Hold on. Come right out, get back.
Again, a full line out
Simon,
by Royalians. And they're going to 4 again. They've got no chance. But it's deemed to be straight. A little bit of a let off there, but here we go. Corey out to Atiba Rodney. Looks like they've switched roles. Atiba Rodney goes inside and it's turned over. Jean-Luc Another great play. He's got to roll away there. Surely. Just enough to get out of the way. Here's Joseph. Jonathan Stewart, my apologies. Henry looks to set again. Absolutely nothing. Chris here and he goes to go in the pocket, but I agree with him. There's nothing on with this breeze. He's got to kick it just over. Angry Birds got time and it's set up perfectly for Aaron Sylvester. This man could run.
Bring it up! Joseph!
Beats one. Oh, that's so well done by who else but Patron. Counter comes in. Patron. Sorry, and it's a penalty. Say it one more time.
Patron.
Patron. So
Not-
Patron. I'll just call him Ephraim as we continue. So another tackle there and another steal by Ephraim wearing number 2. One of the many players who will start for Northerns this year. Northerns, of course, coming second overall in the league, just losing out on the final day, getting hammered by Royalians, and they're back to pay a price. So Chris smartly kicks with the breeze this time, and he's going to take that line out inside Royalians' half. So Northerns just winning all his small battles. So far, Royalians unable to win all these small battles, but we're back at this line out. Who is going to just say, look, we got to go for 2 because nothing is working at 4. Here comes Crossbridge. They do finally go at 2 and they bring it down smartly. I will definitely be thanking them as we go to the clubhouse later tonight, and it is a penalty. It did look right. So they're looking to go fast or go quickly was the call, but they slowed it down, so we're going to be back to the line out and back to the trouble. When they won, as soon as they won that penalty, you were thinking that quick tap was on, as Royalians were looking to contest the call, and another, so they're only going to make about 10 yards from that, and we're back to the line out. One of the players, of course, Northerns is missing is Nathan Achim, who was a superstar all season, and he has a rocket launcher of a boot. We're back. They've got to go for that 2 ball again. I'm surprised they're not actually just throwing up Kishon defensively, Royalians, just at 2 and forcing them to go at 4 no matter what. But they're keeping him at the back. They want that athleticism, and it's overthrown, but brought down by Marcus Ferguson, who does extremely well in the situation. Henry, out. And here comes Chris, Cody Hudson, out to Bonas, who can't hold it. And they've got to play it, it's a live ball, and it's deemed to be knocked on. So Northerns once again going for the elaborate when the conditions do not allow it. And it is a turnover, so 2 successful penalties, working their way up the field. 1 backline play, they've lost all the yardage, and Royalians attacking back on the half. Even thinking, given the situation for that wraparound with Bonus, even if he got it, I just don't think it was fully on. But again, we'll see in the second half how will they change strategy. Being up 8-3 in this situation, you almost see Royalians looking a little, like a little dazed. They have hands on hips, they're looking at each other. What's going on? We thought we would be up by 30 by now. Have to say it, so far Tiba Rodney has struggled in that fly half channel. A few knock-ons or a few wayward passes, he's taken it up, and if he just settles his game, that's going to set off Royalians on the stratosphere. Back to Rodney, back out to Corey. He looks to go himself, he threw a dummy and it is back out. A lot of lateral running here by Royalians, nobody straightening that line. So they're getting the width, but it's all just lateral running. And Northern's happy just to escort them out. Neither side is going to get a lot of opportunities to fire. Even think as you get that first phase, as you get it going, as you get those numbers, a little chip over, forcing the backs to turn around is anybody's ball. A toe on it, and it goes, oh, beautiful throw again. Ephraim is a superstar. Another wayward pass. Here's Jonathan Stewart out to Edmund. Edmund, but he got loose. He breaks 2, and there goes Edmund. Just tackled. Rock comes, and you hear them screaming for it. Here we go. Another. Out one. Here's Simon. The danger man. Oh, monster tackle. I don't know if he had any arms in that one, but it's deemed to be play on. Here goes Ephraim. Even he couldn't hold it. And tackle and knocked on. And you're hearing the calls, everybody screaming for it out wide when it just simply cannot happen in these conditions. What you want to do and what you're able to do, two very different things. So knockout rugby. We're seeing Royalians, Northerns, game one. Up next is Caribs. Their team starting to come on the sideline. They'll be up against Harvard's. Jamel Doyle cannot be happy with how his team is operating so far. Northern scrum looks to hold. Bruce is breaking early every time. You see his shoulder completely off. He is a penalty waiting to happen. I'm going to have a word with him at half time. Cannot do that. Big tackle comes in. Jamel nothing on that he wanted. Wraparound finally comes. And there's Dobo who always offers it. Tackle again. Northerns can't give away a penalty in this condition. Just onside. Rodney now. Up to Kareem Figaro. I haven't called his name enough today so far. Simon looking to push up and Rodney reads it, so he slams it over. Another tough one here for Justin Salary, who can't bring it under control. He finally does. It did go back and he's under big pressure. Ruck's got to be there. Ruck finally comes. And his box kicked up, but in this breeze, it is allowed to bounce and he's under pressure. That's Michael Scipio, who's tackled down. Northern's looking in disarray, and it is, he played the man coming in from the side. So that is a tight call, but it is the correct one. And Royalians need to use it now. They slam it up. Is it going to stay in? It is staying in. Bonus does just enough. But it seems to be a knock-on. A little bit of a tight call. And you're hearing the sideline giving a lot to talk. It is not an easy job. These refs have to watch about 40 things at the same time. The Northerns are told just hold it and keep your composure. What luck. Not only is it not a line out, Royalians ball on the 22. Angry Bird, who scored a few nice tries, you see him coming off there. He's looking on the wing, moving on the inside, looking to create that option, that inside ball option, perhaps for Corey. You know Corey wants to straighten it. Not overly impressed with the amount of lateral running by Royalians so far. When they look back at the footage, they'll tell me. It's a big scrum. This is going to count. And the Northerns actually pick up. Big tackle by Jonathan Stewart, who's now got to roll away. And he does. And he gets his hand in it. That is so silly. Oh, I'm wrong. Well, I thought he had his hand on it. My apologies. I'm not close enough. So Chris Hudson there needs the yards. The wind's starting to slowly die down. I thought Jonathan Stewart, when he was getting up, couldn't help but put his hand on it. I may be wrong. That is a wonderful kick on the halfway line. They've been able to get Liam up at 2, pretty much uncontested. That is the way to go. Full line out again. So earlier today they had all the under-19s playing, a lot of them staying to take in the action. Crowd on both sides of the field. Liam jumping at 2 has worked so far well. They are going at 4 and somehow it works. Remind me to buy Ephraim a bear. Here he goes, Chris Pooty Hudson. Here he goes to Edmund, who brings it down, doesn't risk passing it smartly. Looking to roll. Out to Jalouk, who breaks, he's the try scorer. Ruck comes, Henry. He has been wonderful at the base as well. It has gone backwards and Alex Adams picks it up. Coming over, and that is a penalty again by Tobago. Kishon, and he's tapping and he's going and he's right through. He can't be tackled, he forces out to Carmichael. If he took it in, he might have just won a straight penalty. Carmichael under pressure. Quick ball coming back inside to Trezine McLean. Counter coming, Northern starting to fade off a little bit. And it looks like Angry Birds got a little bit of space. Just held now. Marcus Ferguson flirting, and it's another penalty. Offside. We saw they were under pressure. So Northern's giving up penalties. And look, Liam Evon, knowing the call, taking a while to get back. but they've got to adjust. Northerns have been holding on well all half, but it is the end now. And are they going to take the scrum? No, they're looking to tap and pass it. Here comes their captain, Wazim Oliver, who makes a lot more yards than he should. Inside the 22, go back to the blind, inside ball, this time Travis Carmichael. He's still just inside, but knocking on the 5 meter line. Another carry, this time by Figaro. Options both ways. There's a Tiba Rodney. Ball out to Doma. That was the one to compete. It just a little bit late, and it is an advantage. Here's Trezine McLean. They're meters away now. Here comes that pick. You're hearing the call. Here he goes. There, Corey Edwards, and we thank Dexter Snodds for walking right in front of us. So brilliant. And push-ups coming. Let's see the call. Is it a try? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Crossberg having a discussion. Is the try going to stand? So yes, the try is going to stand, and it is 8-all.
With the kick to come.
With kick to come. The Northerns may have a chance there. My apologies, Royalians, to take the lead with the breeze. Reminder, this was their half. Northerns. Jonathan Stewart looking eager to contest this, and they want to go for it, and it's a nice chip shot.
Easy peasy.
Corey Edwards, I would say. There's your half, folks. 10-8. We'll be back. Thank you. So we're here at second half, Royalians leading, but only 10-8. And Northerns now have that breeze. It could be the huge difference we've talked about. Smart kickoff, it is low, but given the breeze, you just needed to go that 10 meters. Northern settle their first rock. And will we have a change of game plan? Here's Ephraim taking up again. He needs to get his knee down. Cannot become, yes, it looks like it is going to become a maul. You'll hear if the call comes. Jonathan Stewart trying to rip it smartly. He's just got to get it back if he can.
He is in the air.
And it is a turnover and a scrum. The perfect start for Royalians. So we're trying to see some changes have come in for both sides. Northerns, looks like Abram Eversley has moved on to the wing. Simon came off a brilliant half. And we're seeing Royalians, no changes jumping out at me just yet. Usually they do take it to around the 50, 65th minute mark before they make any. But they have options coming off the bench, so Northerns need to be aware of that. They've got to hold out Royalians now though. Decent enough scrum, and it goes to the right. Here's Rodney. Rodney, Espinoza, angry, who grabs it through. And can Henry drop on it? Did he take it back over the line? We'll see the call.
Yeah, he did.
It might be a 5 meter scrum. It is. Unfortunately, the young man may not know all the laws, but he took it from outside the try line area, took it over and placed it down, so it is going to be a scrum. Royalians ball right on the 5. And Royalians so far are playing very, very smartly. So you think what they're going to want is that little bit of a tight head push. Let it roll a little bit to the right. And look out for Wazim Oliver going right and having Angry Bird. Angry Bird should be a little bit tighter given the field position. But here comes that big drive, and there he goes. That's what we spoke about. Wazim Oliver, I thought they might have wanted Angry Bird to be on his outside just in case to push that defender in no man's land. Here comes that pick. Northerns have been giving away penalties in this position. They sometimes do drift around. You've seen Marcus as well. I tell Marcus, if you could see the ball when you're marking the rock, you are offside. And you're seeing him looking around again. I think that's actually Walton. Walton has come on as well. At flank, maybe for Bruce. Another phase into it. High carry. Northerns do just enough counter. Up comes And now they're going to the right. Here's Rodney. Shrugs off one. And another beautiful tackle there by Northerns. It's Angry Birds. And it's a try for Angry Bird. In the corner. This right entry for Caribs as well?
Yep.
Nice. Good luck. Sorry, I didn't realize. My apologies, bros. So with that, it takes the score to 15-8 for Royalians. So far, Northerns have not started the half as sharply as they started the first one. But plenty of time. And they've got to start it with a safe, contestable kick. They're playing with the breeze, so they've got a little bit of room to move. Again, this is where the chip overs are going to work. Those second phase, just dinking it over, putting your outside backs, giving them a chance to contest. There's Chris Pudi Hudson, high kick over. Kishon lets it bounce, and this is where the pressure comes. Looks like it goes to Espinoza. And another tackle by the prop, that's Alex Adams. And it is down and it's play on. Northern's ball, it did look, yes, it looked like a penalty. Jumped off his feet there to contest. Angry Bird, are they going to take the easy points? Or are they going to start to push and feel that pressure? Yes, smartly they're going to take those three. We score again 15-8. This will take it to 15-11 if successful. So unconverted try will give them the lead. And Royalians, a little bit of a silly penalty there from Angry. Sometimes it's not really a case of them intentionally, but they just don't know the laws, these outside backs. Diving over that rock, not supporting his body weight. So Chris Pudi, and this is also not a gimme, but with the breeze, it should just be a chip shot. His wife looks on. Chris Hudson, yes, too easy for him. And that pushes the score to 11-15 early in the second half. 15-11, kickoff here again by Sylvester, and he just trickles it to him. Marcus Ferguson takes it up. What a season Marcus has had. Big performances. He's earned now that second row spot. And here we come. Wait, is it a turnover? No, it's just so well read, and it is a penalty, unfortunately, by Royalians. So Northern smartly slow it right down, and they're going to take that line out. They should bite off quite a bit here. They're dropping back. Aaron Sylvester wearing number 27 at full back is Sean Walker. They've got to get a bite now. They've got all the breeze, everything going in their favour, and they're feeling that momentum. High kick. Is it going to stay in? And it's just out. That is wonderfully done by Christopher Pudi Hudson. You're seeing the crowd starting to come. 2 knockout games here. Marcus Minshall Cup. Next weekend is Bruno Brown. We should be taping that. And then the knockout final. The Northerns. Again, Ephraim finds him. How is he doing it in these conditions? What a stellar performance. And he's offering himself as a ball carrier. Cuts back inside. Beats one, beats two. Ephraim. You'll see him in national colours soon enough. Here's Grossberg. Another man who's had a great season. And Pudi Hudson wants it. They don't want to overcook it now. Nobody back at full back to the far side. Oh, Pudi just does enough to hold on. And this is what we talk about, where you're just overcomplicating it just a tad. Jeremy Bonus getting involved. I'm a little worried here. Here comes Jean-Luc. Here comes Edmond! Edmond breaks! And smartly goes down. Still just outside the 22. Here he goes, Grossberg. Grossberg and Patron offering themselves over and over. Here we go. Back inside, Alex Adams. And another one, another phase. Jonathan Stewart. Almost through. He's trying to get the ball loose. And it is there. Rock trying to come in.
Go.
Now you got to tap and go. You've got to tap and go. No, they slow it right down. Joseph Grossberg settles it down and the scrum is called. Well played there by Northern. And Marcus Ferguson with a great performance so far with his carries. Grossberg. And so far Blossom, tell me if I'm going crazy, but man of the match for Northern, looking like Ephraim. What a performance so far.
Yeah, his throws were amazing.
Yeah, he's doing really well. Open play as well. Those carries worth their weight in gold. Can Liam Cabrales hold? Yes, Walton Borton. He's wearing number 21 in the scrum cap on the blind side. The hearing was him there for Royalians.
Ready boys.
It's got to be a big scrum now. Will Northern want to run a complicated play? Will they keep it simple? We will see. They do not want to give away possession. And they look at to Walker. He should pick from this position. And he does pick. Walker's going to try to get over it. Brilliantly done by Grossberg. Here comes Patron. Another big carry. And they're playing the advantage. So now they have the opportunity. He's not rolling away. Here he goes. Wide ball. Big. He's met. That's going to go back for the penalty. But they play on one more phase just to see if anything's going to come from it. No, it's not. So they could play the penalty quickly. And they look at the move it. They could go quickly. He could go if he wants. They're slowing it right down. And they're going for the point. Smartly done again. So Royalians only leading 15-11. This will take it to 15-14. Another chip shot for a man of Christopher Pudi Hudson's caliber. Royalians again have to play against this hard breeze, taking away that kicking option.
You're looking great, man.
And it's over. 15-14 Royalians. Lots of time in the second half. 15-14. Aaron Sylvester to kick off again. Royalians need a spark. No mistakes here. Here he goes. Christopher Hudson. Slam it upfield. Yes, that is smart. Over the head of Angry Bird. This is a very challenging kick. Are they going to get the bounce? Back inside. And it is out of bounds. What a kick by Christopher Hudson. Almost a 50-22, just outside. And you have to say, Blossom, a lot of the air seems to be out of the Royalians players. So many of them are just walking heads down. And they're leading this knockout semi-final. Their leadership needs to take precedent. Somebody step up. Kareem Figaro, easy man to do it. Start to rally the troops. So against the wind, kicking option, even if he goes to the kick, they're only going to make 15 yards there. So Northerns just need to not give away a penalty from this situation. Force them to give you back the ball. Allow them to run that phase. Dodo, that does not look so straight. And the referee agrees with me. So now a scrum for Northerns just outside the 22. And everything falling into place for the men in blue and white. Seeing the crowd really starting to come. Bears cracking all over. And a man we want to see in the next game, you may know him, he's called Joshua Sechan for Harvard. He's going to have a big ask, big ask against Caribs. They're bringing out a bomb squad. Stay tuned for that one.
Yeah, we outside like street lights.
So Northerns setting up. I've spoken about it about 50 times to reduce the overcomplication of some of these plays, just to force Royalians to move around that tight 5, set of those extra phases. Trying to see who they have. They're using John Luke a bit in the first center channel. I'd like to see some more of that with that wrap around. Patron and Grossberg have been doing some brilliant carry work, and Marcus Ferguson and Liam Cabrales in the second row have been stormer performers. just so good at the set piece. Winning those lineouts, settling those scrum against a national pack. Brilliant. So here's Henry, and here comes that drive again. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. And Henry waiting for that penalty. So smart. Here we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here's Chris Mooney. Hudson. He can go himself, you know. Christopher Hudson. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And he's going to take the score to 19-15. And I'll get a tissue for Blossom. She's looking upset. Hudson! Hudson! You tell me whenever you're ready. Oh, you're sorry. I'm having way too much fun. So Christopher Hudson with a monster kick all the way from that kickoff that took them just outside the 22. Royalians with a throw that wasn't straight, a sweet set move play there, and Chris Pooty Hudson drifts right through. Can he get this now? Christopher Hudson. Oh, just he finally misses one. But we'll excuse him. So let's just remind everybody of that score. 19-15 to the men in blue and white. And what we talked about as well, they've got the win. So they are under any pressure. They could just hack it downfield, force Royalians to work backwards and get those yards as they are looking concerned. If I was Felician Guerra, I might need to make a change shortly. So we're speaking about changes, and Felician Guerra said enough is enough. He's brought himself on, wearing number 10, and he's going to take the kickoff himself. Slams it into the breeze, just far enough. And Northern's very, very tight, but Grossberg win it. They've got to just pump it downfield again, force Sylvester to work from there. No, they're looking to run it. Dangerous play into, oh, what is the call here? What is the call here? And it's a yellow card against Guerra, who's just come on. And he's upset. We're going to look back at the footage later, but a free play for Northerns now. You think they're just going to want to push it upfield. Another play actually we spoke about for Northerns coming on is Wilson, a young Fanau player. You'll see him in the red pants there. He's still a young man, but he is talented beyond his years. And to think what he could be in 5 years, wow, it's scary. Remember the name, folks. So Hudson having a quick word with the referee, just discussing what they're having for dinner. And they're going to try to find touch now. Big card. We'll look back at that later. Is he gonna... Yes, high ball. It's going to stay in, but it's not the easiest kick to collect. It goes over him. So now, a chance. And Simon there. He beats one, he beats two. He can't beat a third. Gets it loose. Here's Corey. Corey gets it off. Here's Sylvester. Switch back inside. Caleb. Durham Diaz now. Will he be shepherded out? And it is a penalty so foolish. High. Actually, they also had their hands in the rock. So you get somebody out in the yellow. Chris sometimes looks to bite off a little bit too much, and he did it again. But taken up smartly. That look. And they've taken a while to roll away as well. So here we go. Doba. Out once more. And there's a chance. Oh, we're almost there. Let's see the call. So it is a knock on first by Royalians. Edmund, what a game he's had at outside centre. Forcing them to make tackles. Every time he's cut back in, he's made yards. So big call by Christopher Hudson. Jerome Puntip to bring him on and give him this opportunity. I wouldn't lie, when I saw Northern's team sheet, I was not the most confident person on the planet. I thought Royalians would absolutely walk over them with the pack, but I stand corrected. So again, Ferguson, Liam Cabrales, standing up against this national front row, national tight five. And they're playing a man short now, so will they be smart enough to keep it at the 8-man's feet? Try to milk out that penalty. They've got to do it. There's no excuse. They've been taking them even with 8 men, so surely they know they could just keep it in. And it's there. Henry looking a little too eager to get it. You're hearing the call for the drive, and let's see if that hand goes up. No, smartly Royalians able. They've got to get a knee down. He does, so they must release. And it is a penalty, not releasing. So Northern's take it smart, but they're slowing it down again. They want that line out again. Now folks, The touch judge on this side is a man called Dexter Snaggs, who has absolutely no respect for any human being on the planet. So if he walks in front of the camera for the 17th time, I apologize in advance. Northern's looking to get that scrum again. Again, another penalty. So you start to put pressure on that referee, and you'll hear the cries starting to come in. So say ref, they're conceding it again. They've got to let us move. They've got to let us go forward. You cannot bore in. You cannot let the flankers start to roll around. Those are all cynical fouls that could result. Now, Northerns were actually a little late on that engagement there. So Royalians got that better push, and now they're going to have trouble, but it still goes forward. And you see in that drive come Grosbrigg. It goes down. Here's Henry. He's also had a brilliant. Oh, here we go. Here's the chip over we're talking about. It's going to hold with these conditions. And Eversley lets it trickle. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So it has gone out. It's going to be a 22 dropout. Oh, it's a scrum from where it was kicked is the call. We thought it was a 22, so I stand corrected. Of course, we're blessed to have Kanisha Vincent, who is a RAN caliber referee, refereed umpteenth finals in the Caribbean. So it's always a little humorous when we have all of us amateurs screaming at her what it should be. She is well aware. So Royalians with a little bit of a let off there, but I like that idea by Hudson. Start to play that in their mind. There's nobody back. And Northerns could play a little bit higher as well, encouraging that kicking option. So here comes Jamel again. And here comes a big scrum again from Northerns. But he's able to get it to Tiba Rodney. Rodney out to Corey. Corey's the man you need. Corey gets it free again. Back inside, that was forced. And Corey, but it's a high tackle, so silly again. Giving away penalties when you're getting that option, forcing your referee to make these calls against you. Northern's getting too comfortable. Here comes the danger man. He hacks it through. Are they going to go back for the penalty? Bonus plays it. He wants to go, and he does go back for the penalty. So they played the advantage. And Jamel Doyle. Interesting to see what they call in this situation. So again, 19. They are going to just go for that tap. I did think that was the right call. And he is met strongly. Northern starting to give away a few penalties. Jonathan gets him down. Here you go, Atiba out to Dobes. Doba. Oh, just knocked on by Caleb. And Northerns again with the breeze are going to take this scrum.
It was a high tackle, Royalians.
High tackle. So another penalty against Northerns. Everything they could do wrong now.
The penalty from before.
Penalty came before, my apology. And they tap and go again. Here's Trezine. Trezine meets him. And it goes over. Looks like Michael Scipio, who rides the tackle. So Northerns just don't have to give up anything at these rocks. Just tackle and roll away and don't contest and force the Royalians to work with that extra man. And it's back. Here's Edmond. Oh, Edmond. It has been knocked on advantage. Here's Espinoza. Working now. Here's Aaron. He wants that switch. He needs that switch. But he goes back himself. And Aaron Sylvester. Oh, hands again. And Trezine McLean, the most unlikely option, finds it. And sucks in 12. Wilson tried to get over it. Here comes that counter rock. Smartly settled. Out wide. Here's Figaro. Corey, you know what he wants. Chipped over. Is it too far? Bonus knocks on. And it's hacked through. Play on. Salary. Could he get his foot hit? No, it's anybody's ball. Play on. Corey. All the way inside. Figaro. He steps. He's gone. Is he there? 5 meter line now. Corey. Popped on. Turn over. Wilson's ball. But offside. Oh no, is it just a knock on? So you're wondering, you look back, obviously it's a knock on from Northern as well, because you thought it was a play on. And Wilson getting involved. But Northerns, as we talked about, giving away some penalties, and Royalians happy to play the advantage.
It's Northern's ball.
Northern's ball on their own 5, not a lot of options. Who's down there? Is that Doba perhaps? Hopefully not Trezine. They do have Oliver on the bench.
Jean-Luc off, Christian on.
So Jean-Luc is off, which means I would think Jonathan Lewis would be coming on. Looking to see. Is big Jonathan Lewis on the field? Not yet. So who came on?
Christian.
So folks, it's a knockout semi-final. Northern's leading with the breeze. Royalians have all the size advantage, and we're gonna now lose about 50 pounds in the inside center channel. I'm seeing Marcus coming off as well. Great game by Marcus Ferguson. But it's just these kind of calls get me a little frustrated. Now it may plan out and I may eat some humble pie, but I'm just wondering, how are they even going to set up now? So is Salary moving to first center? Is that the option? Is it Chris to Justin Salary? Why would you make this decision in this state? But anyway, I digress. I've had a few beers and we move on. Scrum. This is it. Again, Felician Guerra with that yellow card. He's off now. Chris Pooty Hudson is just going to want to put it downfield. Actually, Royalians have nobody back on, and they do a pick first. But they're actually going to try to get just a few yards. You do not want to go outside the 22, of course. And now giving Chris a little bit more time. I actually liked it more off his scrum. But let's see. Can they use it? Mark Roberts on the field. And he's taking it. You do not want to get outside the 22, of course. That eliminates a chance to kick it right out of bounds. Here's Chris. Slams it, and it's going to stay in all the way to Kishon. He's not going to make a mistake. No surprise, he brings that down. But wait a minute, what's the call? It is a penalty. Offside. The Royalians went for it all, and they're going to pay the price. Of all of Chris's great attributes, he does have a bad habit of being unable to find touch in very crucial situations. And they're going to go back. He's got to find it now. For Royalians, a lot of good effort. I would say their back line has way too much class for the amount of lateral running. Atiba Rodney had some trouble bringing the ball under control. And now it's going to be a Northern's ball just on the 10 meter. So big let off. Northern's bend, don't break. Of course, this game is still anybody's. So we're back, and I'm still doing some calculus to work out Northern's changes. It looks like Grossberg may have moved to lock to accommodate some of these switches. Mark Roberts on the field, Walton on the field. Still very early days. Another wonderful throw, but it's dropped down. Do Northerns get on it? They may have been able to secure it. And bonus now, he's actually at. Oh, that's a low ball. God's sake, it's deemed to be backwards. And Northern's coming around. And why aren't they just looking for territory? Is it going to work out? It might be knocked on, picked up, it's play on, and slammed. But we're going to play the knock on. So you just wonder. You just wonder the options. You wonder about territory, the high percentage, low percentage. Is it a good idea in a knockout semi-final to risk it on the 22 where Royalians pressed up their fullback? Aaron Sylvester was inside their half. You have a heavy breeze, options both sides, and they opted to push it one extra pass to that young under-19 player. Well, we live and learn. Again, I apologize to Northern supporters having to tolerate me as this goes on. Even Royalians, they must be shocked that they had that option. Felician Guerra looks like he's back on the field, so there goes that man advantage. Christian Henderson is on, and again, big respect. I love Christian Henderson as a player, but it's just giving up that size, giving up that in this kind of tight conditions. Is it make sense in this situation? Well, I don't have my coaching badges, just have a lot of opinions here with you, Blossom. What do you think? Am I crazy? Don't ruffle any feathers, Blossom, you're right. We'll see. Then I also, when I'm critical of some of these players, it's only because so many of them are knocking. So Atiba Rodney, who's running the lateral, had some knock-ons. Why am I putting pressure on him? Because he's a national caliber player. We want to see him take that step up, but you cannot make some of these mistakes in this type of game. You cannot rest. You see in Dover talking to them as well. Percentages. We don't need a Hail Mary off every one. We don't need a forced pass out. We don't need you to take 5 steps there right before you pass. Settle it down. Allow your big pack to work. We want it tight to set up that first phase. And he's telling Corey as well. So interesting. Unfortunately, it does look like a big injury here for Royalians. It might be it. Hopefully it's not Carmichael. Carmichael might be helping him off. Either player is a big, big loss. We'll see who has to take a seat first. And it is, unfortunately, Travis Carmichael. Big loss for not only Royalians, not only TNT Rugby, but he's a wonderful guy. Always looking to help. He helps with the Ref Society as well. We're back to the game. Knockout, semi-final, 19-15. One unconverted try is going to put a team in the finals in 2 weeks. Henry looking to feed. If Royalians lose, their 15th season is over. Northerns, of course, Bruno Brown next week. Lots of time as well. We're seeing some of the police players have arrived, but they haven't geared up. So Jonathan Lewis, who was in stellar at inside centre, remains on the bench. We will see if it works out. Anisha not happy with that scrum engagement. Some changes coming on, of course. As I said, it looks like Andreas York, massive in the scrum. I'm telling you, you're going to notice a difference right from it now. All a Northern's advantage might just incinerate from that one. I was shocked that he didn't actually start, because him and the tight 5 would have given that front foot. Northerns actually have been able to compete at the scrum, and it has been a game changer. So we're getting to the business end of game 1. Northerns, Royalians, 2025 season. Caribs won the league. We're into knockout. Game 2 coming up next. Caribs, Harvard, fed well, and you're seeing Royalians starting to put that push. That's the York effect. And Chris Spooty Hudson brings it back on his right, pushes it upfield, and Christopher Henderson looks to work. Edmund looks to work. They've got to bring it under control. Nobody's allowed to get beat now. And he misses. And this is all sorts of danger now. Jonathan Stewart with a massive cover tackle, but Kishon Walker picks it up. And Royalians putting him under pressure right once again. Here's Felician Guerra. Ducks his head, makes yards. Jamel Doyle. Another carry by Wazim this chance. They're looking to roll around, but they've got to stay onside. Eversley flirting with it out wide, and it is hands in the ruck again by Mark Roberts is the call. Here's Atiba. Atiba straightens. That's what they want of him, and a big clear comes. Out one more. Kareem, you're hearing the calls from Chris. He's telling him, wake up. You can't give it up now. Corey looks to push it through. Corey! Another penalty for offside by Christian Henderson. I just called his name. So the substitutes coming on are giving away penalties galore. And here comes Oliver. Oliver breaks the first. Royalians now. Guerra to Walker, who's met smartly. Claire comes. You feel the tempo switching to Royalians as Northerns give away penalties. One out wide, but it could be hacked through. Christopher Hudson. It's football. Here's Edmund. Edmund out to Christian Henderson. Steps back. Just can't find him. He's got a release now. One out, and here's Jonathan to Chris Booty Hudson. And it's knocked on. Northerns working, they were defending for a few phases, they're giving up penalties galore, but they somehow force a turnover. They work it all the way back up the field, and here we go. Jamel Doyle, again, it'll be challenging to use the boot. The substitutes have not panned out so far for Northerns. They're giving up penalties left, right and centre, but they're holding on. They are holding on. So it's actually Wilson has moved to the second order. It's a big ask against the young man. York in the center. Expect another big drive. There we go. Feed comes. Royalians able to just hold it. Well done by Northerns. Atiba Rodney looks to push right. They're rolling around. And he's met smartly, but Chris is shrugged off by none other than Corey Edwards, who takes it back inside Northern's half. Feeding it one out wide. Another. Guerra now. Using national options. Dover. 2-on-1. One more. Here he goes. Kishan Walker. And it should be over. No, Christian Henderson somehow doesn't want to play by Christian Henderson. What a play to cover by Christian Henderson. Unbelievable. And Northerns need to clear their line now. Unreal. So every time I start to question one of these subs, they do something special. I was worried about him playing inside center, but on the wing defensively, he's done some great work this season. And here we go again, folks. Here we go again. You're going to get a full drive here. Unfortunately, Carmichael is off. But they're bringing on, it looks like York's brother, Nikolai, I did think it was. Another man who has all the physical attributes. Just need to give him some more game time, get him up there, playing prop. We could coach him up. What an option to have available. So this is it. I'm surprised they're making that change right now. I guess this may be the first scrum since Carmichael is injured, so you had to make it. I believe Oliver's on, Guerra's on, Trezine might still be on.
Trezine is off.
Trezine is off. That's the loss. So push comes in and they've got to hold. Northern's under the pressure and they've got to use right now. Chris Hudson's got to slam it. Kicks it. Let's see, Walker's going to get his foot on it. Walker traps it, but here comes Christian Henderson. Round two. And Henderson does enough. Offside is the call. So it's Felician Guerra taps to the national player. Figaro tackle just inside. Northern's there. Guerra. Corey. Oh, big tackle. And it's a knock on for Northerns. Wow. Everything happening here, but they're back for a penalty advantage. The penalty count continues to rise for Northerns. And here comes that tap. Who's going to put their name on it? You don't think this is going to go very far, folks. It's just going to be phase after phase. One. Oh, what a mistake. What a mistake. Why would they do that in this situation? Of every possible option, the last thing I thought Royalians pack would do was throw a wide ball to their winger. I thought they were going to set it up there with one of their monster tight five and just go pick and go from there. They've done it 5 times this season. Wow. Well, this is going to be one they're going to look back on and wonder if they don't win this game.
Or even go for post.
Go for post, why not? That's right, 19-15. And then it's just one penalty to take the lead after that. Good call. And you're hearing everybody starting to get concerned. Royalians thought they were going to walk. They saw the team sheets. They saw all the under-19s that were chosen by Northerns. Northerns have a policy. You come, you train, you're going to get an opportunity. And it is paying dividends. Here we go. Is he going to pump it? Why is he running it? But they're going. And here it comes if they give away a penalty. Here we go. One more. And now it's on. Slam it. Why would he do that as well? Bonus. He loses it. And they are so lucky to have a penalty in this situation. So lucky. But I will say, having Kishan Walker back, the man does not make mistakes. He will bring it back with interest. But get it off the park. Force Royalians to win a successful line out. They've made a ton of changes. So here he comes, Grossberg. Looking to milk time off the clock. This breeze could be tricky. Hudson does not want to go too far. He's missed a few fall the line today. And he cannot do that now. And that is a smart educated kick by Christopher Pudi Hudson. So Northern's line out. Chris Hudson just looks to take the easy, and this is that is the 2-ball that we wanted, but it is stolen by Royalians. York again coming in handy from the set pieces. We spoke about that a few times. And it is a high tackle for the 40th time by Northerns. And here comes York. York! It's loose and it's out. Playing the advantage, York. Does he hold it again? Just enough. Looking to push. Rodney. Up again. He gets his knee down. They've got to release him. And they do. Out. Corey. Corey. Another tackle. This could be it. This is it. A yellow card. It was a matter of time. Unbelievable. Can he somehow get out of it? Oh, that's smart by Chris. You see, he never actually turned to face the ref. He smartly just started to walk away. And the ref wants to allow them to play. Not too bad, Mr. Hudson. Not too bad. So they're going all the way back. And Guerra is looking to use it. He's taking his eyes. He's going to tap and go. He is. To Figaro. Figaro gets there. Wilson needs to roll away. And he's lucky not to get penalised for that as well. Here we go. Oliver. He's met strongly. He doesn't want to overforce it now. He's got to get his body positioning right. He does. Out. Rodney. Very wide to Dober, who struggles to stay on his feet. And he is down. Northern's holding just enough. Atiba Rodney, more lateral running. A down again. Here's Corey. Corey accelerates, gets his hands loose. Wazim Oliver. Royalians started to shape to the left. Oliver doesn't force, and it might be knocked on here. And it is knocked on there. So Northerns do just enough again. I'm taking a look at my clock. There is not a lot of time left. So we look on, again, knocked on by Royalians. They're using the ball a lot more than we thought from this position. And Northerns have a chance to release the pressure. Sylvester, the only man deep. Big rock coming in by Royalians. They've got to play it now. And they do. Gets down. Can they find him? They're using another carry. 9-1 right is the call. They're running a lot of phases from this situation. Mark Roberts. Mark Roberts! Here goes Roberts! Only one to beat. Can he go? Marky Roberts! Oh, Mark Roberts! Oh, goal for it, son! Dive! Oh, Mark Roberts! Brought on as a substitute, and he may have just won this knockout for Northern's here today. Well, Northern's entire bench clearing to go. And can we get him? Let's see if we can get that money shot. Marcus Roberts. A length of the field try. And everybody is coming to hug the man. Well, let's see it. Let's see it. Christopher Hudson even is smiling. You don't see that? So can Chris add the extras? He's going to waste as much time as he can. Every second needs to be milked off this clock. And Wazim Oliver looks on, so frustrated. 10 seconds left. Christopher Hudson taking control at fly half. Counts for the referee. It's up and does enough to waste more time. That is good enough. So the score. So the score now, sorry Blossom, is 15-14. What am I talking about? 15-24, which means there's a 9-point cushion. So Royalians have to score a converted try and a penalty. So think about it, Blossom. If you're Northern, even if a man makes a break, you V-line defensively for the post to just make sure they score wide. So even if they score, you force that kick. Here we go. It's back up in the air. They've got to get on it. And Edmond. And it's knocked on by Edmond. So that is a wonderful kick. And Royalians may have just kept themselves in the game. Not a lot of time left. Northerns might be celebrating tonight. Again, Bruno Brown next week, and Royalians are looking shell-shocked. Absolutely shell-shocked. I tell you, you cannot trust team sheets. I saw the amount of national players and I thought I would just be seeing penalty after penalty for Royalians at these set pieces, and I stand corrected. Liam, Marcus Ferguson, and Alex Adams. Jarrell McFarlane has done some great work as well, but the man of the match for me, I'll say it again, he has been so wonderful for Northerns this year, is Ephraim Patron. Police player, come through the ranks under 19, played actually under coach Jerome Puntep with the under 19s, and he is flourishing with his carries. His hitting the lineouts has improved unbelievably. Mark Roberts has to be careful actually here. That's the second time he's engaged standing up trying to waste time off the clock. As much as I respect the gamesmanship, the next one could be a penalty. Seeing every time they're binding now, they're just asking that ref that one extra question. 3 more seconds off, 2 more seconds off, anything they could do. And another player I haven't mentioned too much this game, but he's played so well, is young Henry, the scrum half for Northerns. A big call to put him there, and he has done fantastically well. Here's Atiba Rodney to Corey. Corey switches back. He's met though Espinoza. We spoke about it before, Blossom, the lateral running from the backs for Royalians. High ball out to Caleb, is that forward? And it is. And there it is, folks. Your knockout winners, 24-15, are Northerns RFC. So we'll be back. Please stay tuned. Up immediately following this is Caribs versus Harvards. We will be back.